Montez Sweat makes a comment on the growth of second-year defensive tackle Javon Dexter. We'll talk a little bit about that. Plus, we're going to look at the Chicago Bears' updated injury report as of yesterday and what that means for the game on Sunday. And DJ Moore and Caleb Williams are working on their connection and chemistry. We're getting into all that, plus the mailbag, right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host, Terry Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today. And I want to talk about this comment, this quote from Montez Sweat on Javon Dexter saying this. He's only in his second year, but I don't think he got as much playing time as he wanted last year. But this year he's getting those opportunities, and he's really capitalizing upon them. The development goes beyond the field, though, and he's growing on the field, also dialing in off the field as far as film study, taking care of his body, all those type of things. It's really been a joy to watch Javon Dexter. And we've talked a lot over this last week about the growth of Javon Dexter, and not only in his pass rush and his ability to put pressure on that pass rush, his pass rush win rate, his running game win rate as well. Javon Dexter went from a player last year that the Bears only put him on the field basically in clear passing situations and downs to where now he's splitting his time basically 50-50 between pass and rush attempts because they trust him that much. The growth of Javon Dexter in the second year is something that you can easily look at and say, no, it's been cool and overlooked, but you have 3 sacks in 4 games. You have 3 sacks on only 9 pressures. That is the way that Javon Dexter is growing in this league, and I love hearing from Montez Sweat that not only is he doing it through the physicality on the football field, but also growing his mental aspect and understanding of the game by going through film study, seeing that aspect of it, because that's the thing that we never see here as on the fan side of things. We may hear about it with quotes like this, but we won't ever see that. And putting in that work in your film study really goes down to working on the technique aspect of the game of football, especially if you're on the offense or defensive line. So to see Javon Dexter taking that part of his growth and development this seriously, this early into his career, that's what you want to see, right? And the growth from first to second year has been exponential for Javon Dexter. And so to see this young man who's been growing in these type of ways, it's a revelation, right? And we've talked about how the Chicago Bears, with their front fours, bringing such a good pass rush without the need to blitz, right? They're towards the bottom of the league in blitz, in the amount of times that in blitz percentage, but they're 4th in pressure rate. So listen, this is a team that's growing, and Javon Dexter has been a huge part of that growth, putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks, being more solid in the run game, forming a nice defensive tackle rotation with him, Billings, and DeMarcus Walker. That's something that you can build on, right? And that was what we wanted to see from Javon Dexter. We wanted to see growth, but he's doing a little bit more than that. He's showing more than that. He's done more than just grow. He's starting to become a player that other teams are going to have to game plan for, but also a building block for your defensive line. You got Sweat, you got Dexter, you got Billings, you got DeMarcus Walker, you got Darrell Taylor. We got a lot that we're bringing on that defensive line, but Javon Dexter deserves his flowers in the way that this season is going for him, right? He's on pace to have a great year. And I came into the season telling you guys, hey, Javon Dexter, you got to look at things other than sacks because that sack total may not be very high for him at the defensive tackle position, but hell, he's proven me wrong on that, and I still thought he would have a great season even if he didn't have a huge number of sacks. The growth of Javon Dexter is great to see. It's good to see the acknowledgement from a veteran like Montez Sweat, who's still only 28 years old himself, right? And so this is something that this Bears defense and this Bears team is going to continue benefiting from, and we just got to continue to be in that place where we can take advantage of it as well. But I wanted to spend some time to talk about that because seeing that comment from Montez Sweat was really refreshing to see. And Montez being a leader on that defensive line, being one of the veterans on this team and a leader of the defense overall, to hear that type of thing and to be that second-year player, I'm sure that goes a long way in helping the confidence as well from Javon Dexter and the player that he's still trying to become in this league. And so props up to Javon. Love Javon Dexter. And this young fella has still a lot of room to grow. And I don't think he's done yet. So keep an eye out on Javon Dexter for the rest of the season, and we'll see how that develops. Now, talking about keeping an eye out, of course, the Bears injury report on Wednesday brought about some concerns, especially when you saw somebody like Teven Jenkins, who, while Teven Jenkins hasn't played the best, did not practice at all Wednesday. Well, things improved for him and other players on Thursday, which is why I said don't let the injury report really worry you until about Thursday or Friday. So Mercedes Lewis still did not practice on Thursday, but then you got DeAndre Carter, who went from did not play to limited participant. Teven Jenkins was limited as well. Zach Pickens, Sherrell Smith still did not play, and Cole Kmet went from limited to full, and Montez Sweat still limited as well. I'm not too worried about this. I mean, I know that Teven has not played the best this season, and I am not trying to take away from that. When I did my personal offensive grades yesterday, I didn't grade him too favorably because you need more from Teven Jenkins. And while his future as a Bear is still up in air and is still very much so going to be in question for the foreseeable future, you want him out there. And you want to hope that him and Darnell Wright, two people that so far this season to me have regressed from their play of last year, you want them out there so they can show and prove, because again, we want this offensive line to go in the right direction. And Teven Jenkins hopefully is going to be one of those guys to help push this in the right direction and for the Bears offensive line to be better. And so glad to see him and Cole Kmet, both back out there at practice. Hopefully today goes from limited participant to a full participant. I think that'll be big for this Bears team as well. And we'll just see how those things continue to develop. Let me know what you guys think, though. When you look at Teven Jenkins as it stands right now, how confident are you that Teven Jenkins can turn his personal individual play up, and how does that affect the offensive line? Or do you think, like many other Bears fans think, because I hear from them all the time, that Teven Jenkins is a dead man walking when it comes to his longevity here with the Chicago Bears? Is it only a matter of time before it's up, or do you think he'll be able to salvage it enough to where Ryan Poles, this front office, feels like, hey, we're going to bring Teven back? Maybe it may not be a long-term deal. Maybe it's a shorter deal so he can still prove it. But, there's a lot of options with it. And somebody asked me as well, to ask Hayes, what's a plan to improve this offensive line? And I won't have a straightforward plan for you until closer to the offseason. So we're only in week 5. It's going to be a long time before I have a straight-up plan on what the Bears can do, because, again, I don't think a lot of trades are coming this season. Not to say that Ryan Poles may not try to make one, but I don't think that Ryan Poles is going to be willing to give up a lot of the draft capital that he has to get in a veteran offensive lineman, where there are some really good veteran offensive linemen in free agency you could sign outright and keep those draft picks to bring in some young offensive linemen as well. Now, I'm not saying it's outside the realm of possibility, right? But I just don't think that it's as likely as it was in previous years where we saw Ryan Poles make some moves for some of the Bears' biggest weaknesses. But like I said, I'd love to be wrong in that. Overall, I'm not going to be wrong mad at Ryan Poles spending assets to improve a clear weakness for the Chicago Bears. It's just you gotta time those assets and the usage of those assets the right way if you really want to get the best out of it. So, we'll see. And I think really I'm looking at Darnell Wright and Teven Jenkins to really improve their personal play. That's a big thing for me, is those two guys getting and playing much better. And if they can, I think that some things may start going in the right way for the Chicago Bears on that offensive line. Still not getting to where we need to be ultimately, but that improvement starting being made and us starting going the right direction. Now, talking about going in the right direction, one pairing that we want to see go in a better direction is DJ Moore and Caleb Williams. Now, they both come out and they both taken their own responsibility for the missed touchdown, but overall, I think it's clear that DJ Moore is frustrated. I'm not saying he's frustrated by Caleb Williams. He actually came out and kind of said that it's not about Caleb Williams, but frustrated in his own personal usage and the place the offense is in ultimately as well. Keep in mind, DJ Moore is one of the guys who was most vocal about his support of Justin Fields as well. Now, he embraced Caleb, as everybody has, but the stagnation of this offense, I'm sure it's frustrating for somebody like DJ Moore. And DJ Moore said this: "We were all rookies at one point. Me being a vet, I know what he's going through. You can be frustrated within the way you're playing as a player, but not at a young guy that's still coming along." And Caleb Williams saying this: "We were both frustrated after the missed touchdown. He came over and we both talked about it and got on the same page right then and there. There shouldn't be no more mishaps on ball like that going forward. It's a whole shot. So I was thinking to play outside. I had to go with the inside, wind back out and then assess where the safety was." And that's from Caleb Williams. I was just going to run straight. No, I'm sorry. This is from DJ Moore. "Now we're going to go the Caleb way, and we're going to get it right." And so these two guys getting on the right page is hugely important. And I think that if DJ Moore and Caleb Williams can work on their chemistry, work on their timing, and get on the right page, that alone is going to help a lot. Now, I do still have some issues with the fact that at this point, DJ Moore is basically being used as just a deep threat. He's catching some Hail Marys, things like that. Like, we need to work DJ Moore more into the actual game plan in the totality of the passing game. And I think that'll help the Chicago Bears go the right way a lot. But overall, to hear that these two guys are really talking, they're communicating, they're trying to get on the right page, I think that that's the most important thing for this Bears team in its current state to help this offense get to where it needs to go. But let me know what you guys think down below. The chemistry between Caleb Williams and DJ Moore, how concerned are you about it? I know I talked about DJ Moore the other day, and like I pointed out there, it's not about the player in DJ Moore. We know the talent that DJ Moore has. It's more about his usage. And him and Caleb Williams, they definitely need to get on that page together, and let's hope that they can do that. But with that said, it is Friday, so that means it is mailbag day for me here at Chicago Bears Central. Tomorrow will be Bobby and C-Dub. We're going to go ahead and get into these voicemails. We got an announcement in these voicemails. This one's from Darius.
What's going on, y'all? Darius from Dallas, man. I got a non-football related request from you guys, man. I'm wondering why y'all ain't set up no meet and greet, man. I see y'all's following is growing pretty good, man, and you got a lot of guys that would love to meet y'all. Shit, we look at y'all every day on our damn phones. Shit, Hayes, I see your face more than I see my significant other sometimes, man. Yeah, goddamn, dude, let us meet you in person. So I'm requesting that, hey, man, either for the last game of the year or if we make the playoffs, particularly for that first playoff game, can y'all please set up at a bar somewhere, man, so your biggest fans can come holler at you for a little bit, man, and shoot the shit with you. You know, I'm willing to fly out in shitty Chicago winter weather, to sit down in this bar and chat with you fellas, man. Hell, y'all like a part of our everyday lives at this point, So just put a little bug in y'all's ear about it, man. I'm sure not only myself, but a lot of other fans that actually live in Chicago would feel the same, So, hey, man, y'all are famous now. It's time to accept that. All right, it's time to start meeting and greeting and doing autographs and shit or whatever you want to do. But just put the bug in your ear about it, fellas. Love it. And sometimes shit, that's watching some Bears news from y'all is the only positive thing that happens in my day. So appreciate what you're doing, fellas, and just putting the bug in your ear about that. Texas up, bear down.
All right, it's funny that you should say that because I have an announcement. The Chicago Bears Central will be hosting its first meet and greet and live watch party at Joe's Bar on 940 West Weed Street in Chicago during the Washington Commanders game on October 27th. Again, I repeat, the whole Chicago Bears Central family, Big Kev, Steve-O, C-Dub, Bobby, I might even be there. In Chicago, meet and greet Joe's Bar at 940 West Weed Street in Chicago, Illinois, the motherland, on October 27th on game day. There will be a cover charge for it. I'm sorry. We're not at the point yet where somebody is pairing with us to give us free access to a bar. So make sure you guys stay in tune with us on that. There will be a cover charge, but listen, for that cover charge, you're also going to get a free drink when you come into the door. So it really kind of offsets when it comes down to it, but there will be a $25 cover charge. So make sure you guys stay in tune with that. But yeah, overall, $25 entry fee to get into the door, but that you're going to get a shot because of that entry fee, but you get to kick it and watch the game live with your boys. Since we'll be live at the bar, there will be no live call that day, nothing like that, but you get to kick it with your boys live October 27th, Joe's Bar, 940 West Weed Street in Chicago, Illinois. Be there. Appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and get into the next voicemail. This one's from Barry.
Hey, it's Barry here. I'm sorry I've been on hiatus. I've been dealing with the IRS again. But anyway, I digress. Fellas, I want to talk about when we watched Hard Knocks and Nick Saban was talking about expectations crushing a rookie quarterback. Okay, fellas, let me tell you what that really looks like. Because when I watch Caleb right now, I see a kid who is shutting out all the noise and he's just playing football. He's getting better every week. And when I talk about expectations within the fan base, it's not people that are saying, I supported Caleb Williams all along, and I'm not happy with where he's at. The people giving shit right now are the people that wanted him to fail because they love Justin Fields more than they love the Bears. Okay, fellas, and first and foremost, I am a Chicago Bear fan. And if you're a Chicago Bear fan, you have to love what you see out of Caleb right now. And all these people that are saying, oh, look at DJ Moore's body language, it looks so bad. They're like, okay, it's looked bad. I'll give you that. But fellas, listen to DJ. He knows that this offense is growing. He knows things are going to click. Everybody watches the tape every week on that team. These guys are shutting out the noise. The only thing that can fuck with that, fellas, is the fans creating noise and narrative. If you're a Bears fan, why do you want to contribute to the drama and the noise that's artificial around this kid? I say we give him time, fellas. Let him cook. He's getting better every week, fellas. That's all that matters. He's not doing this Mickey Mouse RPO college-style offense like Jaden Daniels in Washington, who's playing great. I'm not taking that away from him, but Caleb is running a complex offense. Shane Waldron's giving this kid every fucking lever to pull that is available to a quarterback. And Waldron's still figuring out the personnel. The offensive line's been shit. He's had no running game until last week, fellas. They're doing what he's done with no running game, with no pass protection for more than 2.6 seconds. It's impressive, fellas, and he's getting better every week. And he looks calm in the pocket, and he's making a concerted effort to play in the pocket in structure, which was everybody's biggest criticism and doubt of this kid coming out of college. And I'm telling you, when he starts sprinkling in the magician, the Superman shit, look the fuck out, fellas, when he starts flicking on the deep balls because he trusts his protection and he settles down and he trusts his eyes more. Fellas, that's when you're going to see him roll out of the pocket and throw fucking laser beams to his guys. Cole Kmet and DJ Moore and Keenan if he ever gets fucking healthy again. And who else? Roma Dunze coming along nice. His routes are looking fucking crisper than those, you know, those chicken tendies that you get from Walmart that are actually underrated when they're fresh out of the fucking fryer. That's how crisp Roma Dunze's routes are. So, anyway, I digress. I'm saying give the kid time. Chicago up in bad day.
Listen, I agree with you, Barry. Expectations can crush a rookie quarterback. Now, I love the fact that you pointed out that Caleb Williams is just focusing on playing football, and that's what you want him to do. I know people had these wild expectations of Caleb Williams coming in and looking generational from day one and all that good shit, but listen, it was never going to happen. And we told you guys that. Me, Bobby, and C-Dub were telling you guys that all summer long, right? So now that it's coming into fruition, we're not surprised for it. Now, yes, I do agree that some of the more boisterous people are people that wanted to see Caleb Williams fail. Now, there are some legitimate concerns. Like I said, we had the comment the other day where it was like, hey, I'm not down on Caleb, but it does look like right now with where the Bears offense is, we didn't need to change quarterbacks to get this result. And I think that's a fair outlook on it. But Caleb Williams has still many, many years ahead of him of development. And while it's been disappointing, and I want to be clear here, yes, I am disappointed. Yes, many people are disappointed, not necessarily in just Caleb himself, but overall where this offense is and how it's looked. But that development is going to come. It was never going to be. I understand we've had so many years of being having bad quarterback play that people just want their franchise quarterback. I've said it. I've talked about it literally since we started this show, but it's going to come with time. I'm not giving up on Caleb. Most people shouldn't give up on Caleb. And development isn't always linear. And we'll see how that development for Caleb Williams goes. But good to hear from you, Barry. You still do the roast. You didn't do the roast this year. You owe us a roast in 2024. You got a couple of months to still get it done. All right, let's get into this next voicemail. This one's from Fred.
Hey, Hayes, what up, man? This your boy Fred, man. I know I haven't called in a while, and I know y'all got a bunch of voicemails and everything with me calling, though. But yeah, I just want to say this, man. I just want to, comment on the game from last week. The offense, it wasn't bad. It could have been better. You know what I'm saying? If they, Shane Waldron needs to understand and know that he needs to run the ball more to take the pressure off his quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So Caleb can actually grab the NFL speed of the game and, the concept more of the offense so he'll be more comfortable. That's what a smart, coordinator would do. And if I was the offensive coordinator, I would say, you know what? Let me help my quarterback out to, to take pressure off him so he won't be under, stress and everything and direct from the defense. Because that's going to sit here and that's going to get your quarterback career ended. And we all know as Bears fans that our team may never develop quarterback. So Shane Waldron needs to pull his head up out of his ass and he needs to go ahead open up that offense. Because if not, we're going to be looking at Caleb going through the same thing. Every other quarterback went to Chicago, new coach, new coordinator, and everything, So I like to see, Swift to run between, the tackles more because he feels like he's more effective when he does that. And if you notice, when Swift get blocked, that he never, follow his block. The next time you watch the Bears game Sunday when they play the Panthers, pay attention to Swift when he runs, because most of the time he don't follow his block. And also, I want to chime in on Eberflus. Eberflus needs to stop being so conservative. I hate conservative coaches because that let me know that you're scared to play. Play to your guy's strength. Like, I understand we got a good front four, but still send some blitzes, like, ain't no wrong with us being blitz happy every now and then, what I'm saying, as a team, because that's what makes your defense going to, be like, hey, I love playing for this guy. This guy, he's creative on defense and he's fun. So, yeah, man, I just hope the Bears can, turn it around, the offense get together, and Caleb can stop overthrowing DJ, and him and DJ can get on the same page, and he can get on the same page with his other receivers, and he just calm down and relax and just take what the defense gives him, because that's what you got to do until he can learn the process and the speed of the game. So let me know what you think, man. Chicago up, bear down enough.
All right, Fred, here's the thing. I get what you're saying completely, but it's difficult to open up the offense when you're not having success on your offensive line, you're not having success moving the ball, getting off the field on third. Like, we're just not having success in a lot of things. I do agree with you, though. We do need to find a way to get it done. We need to open up that offense eventually, but trying to open it up too soon can actually make your offense worse and hurt your development more than help it. And that's what Shane Waldron and this team has to do. Now, as far as you saying that Matt Eberflus needs to stop playing it safe, you also said that we need to play to our players' strength. Why send a blitz more when you're getting the fourth best pressure rate in the NFL with not blitzing, right? I'm not saying that eventually we're going to work more of those blitzes in, but you don't want to blitz just to blitz. You just said play to your guys' strengths. If that's what your team is telling you, its strength is that, and you're being able to get coverage. Keep in mind, in the type of defensive scheme that we run, that middle is going to be open sometimes. So if you can get away with not blitzing, why do it when you're getting that level of pressure, right? I get what you're saying. It can add another complete wrinkle to this defense. And I'm not saying that they're not eventually going to work it in, but you got to take a look at the totality of things there, Fred. Like, if you're getting that level of pressure without blitzing, that's the whole point of blitzing, is to put more pressure on it. Now, you can show blitz and things like that, but overall, while we're having this success, let's have this success and work on other things of our game. And yeah, you eventually want to blitz more. Like, I don't want to be towards the bottom of the league in blitzing. But again, the key thing that we all should be looking at is how much success are we having. And we're having success, at least in my opinion. All right, let's get into this next one. This one's from Big Von.
Yo, CBC, Chicago Bears Central. What's that word? It's your boy, Big Von, from the low end, man. And calling to check in. I tried to give it a little minute. I typically like to wait to, week 4, week 5 before I get on my bag and I get on my soapbox. But, man, first and foremost, great win by the Chicago Bears. Good overall team win. We got it done at the end of the day. But I'm going to tell you what, it's going to have to be some major changes personnel-wise that's going to have to happen for us to have a successful season. Now, just looking at, a couple snaps, I'm not going to sit up here and say I watched the whole all 22, but just watching a couple snaps, immediately on the offensive side, I noticed two things, right? For one, Braxton Jones is getting his ass beat and blown up at the line every time the ball is snapped. The same thing happened last season, even though PFF, they love our boy Braxton, but the same thing was happening last season, and Justin Fields was pretty much running for his life, but he just didn't have enough time to get it done. Luckily, Caleb is a guy who's learned on the fly. He's processing at a faster rate, and he's able to get the ball out a little quicker. But that's something I immediately noticed just watching a few snaps. I'm watching Braxton in particular, and I'm like, dog, what is we doing out there? So my thing is, I think it's time to give our boy Karan Amagagi some burn and let him see, what he's working with. Also, another thing I noticed, like, dog, we gonna have to either make the executive decision on if we gonna give Rojo majority of the real burn that we need, the hard yards that we need, and we gonna let Swift be our, little shifty back that can get out to the outside, or they can hit a hole and get jiggy with it. You know what I'm saying? Them the two things I noticed right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? As far as the defense doing their thing and they cooking, hey, I can't complain. Them boys is doing their thing. But I'm telling you, we're going to have to have some major personnel changes on that offensive side in order for us to get the job done and continue thriving in this season. So, man, that's just what I want to say. I ain't going to go too crazy. I'm going to leave that for after the game. We got a big game coming up with the shitty-ass Panthers.
And, it's time to handle business. It's time to show them that we are the superior team. That's why our boy Poles was able to fleece them in a manner in which he did. But, hey, that's my time. I'm going to get up with y'all boys. Love y'all. Keep doing y'all thing. Chicago all the way up. Bear down, baby. Let's get it.
I disagree that we have to have major personnel change and I don't think that that's changing. I think that you've already seen some really nice growth from having Matt Pryor in there. I think when you get Ryan Bates back as well, he can help some growth from you. Get Nate Davis off the field as much can really help the offensive line and the development there. So I don't think we have to have wholesale personnel changes to have success. Now, to have further on success, how you judge success, I think this team can have a winning record if the offensive line production improves without you necessarily have to rip it all out. Now, if you want to start winning playoff games, you want to go deep in playoff runs, that's where you need to start having that type of changes, and we'll see what happens there. But I do think getting Ryan Bates back healthy, with what Matt Pryor has shown so much, if we can get Darnell Wright, Teven Jenkins to start playing more like they've played in the past, that you can see some considerable change on that offensive line. And with that, change could come as well on the production of our offense and how we move the ball around. That's just my personal opinion. They're also being very safe with Kieran Amagaje, but I would like to see him out there a little bit more as well. Now, as far as the running back thing that you mentioned, I don't think a hard decision has to be made one way or the other. I think you let that game dictate and your opponent, their strengths and weaknesses against that opponent, and then how much success you're having as well in the portions of your run game before you have to make a hard decision on, hey, we're just going to go with Roshan or more snaps. We're going to go with Deion. Let the game tell you what's needed. That's the point of having versatile weapons. That's the point of having a deep backfield with your running back in the running back room. That's the point of that. So I get what you're getting at, Von, and we'll see how it develops. Let's get into this next one. This one's from Bishop Lott.
What's up, homies? Bishop Lott in Arizona. Hayes, Cognac Boy, Steve-O, Big Kev. Yeah, man, we celebrating the win, but I want to go back to the game before that. Tell me your thoughts about this. Caleb Williams was sacked 7 times and still threw for 363 yards. What are your thoughts? Number 2, when we played the Rams, I noticed that it looked like a zone defense, and the Rams kept on in the middle of the field, and the Bears, at least from what I could see, allowed them to do that. I mean, was what is your thought about that? Are they supposed to just let these guys continue? They continue to throw it in the soft area of the field. And just like the Bears did the same thing last game. Lastly, what are your thoughts about this team once it really comes together based upon what we saw yesterday? The team looked completely different because I believe it was Shane Waldron's play calling, and the players respected what he did, because I think the team meeting made a big difference. And then lastly, in my humble estimation, before yesterday, it didn't look like the coaching was preparing the Bears for the teams that they were playing. What are you guys' thoughts? Love you guys, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Chicago up, Phoenix up, bear down. Bishop Lott.
Caleb being sacked for 7 times and throwing for, we talked about it in the post game. When you throw for 52 times, you better damn well have over 300 yards. Caleb Williams has potential. We know it's there. It's how we're going to cultivate that and develop it. And as far as the middle of the field, that's just one of the downs. Every defense has its own downsides. Every defense, whether you're a 4-3, 3-4, whatever it is, cover 2, it's all going to have its own shortcomings, and you try to overcome that. And I think that's why you see Tremaine Edmonds being back, being solid in coverage is a really big, important part. Being able to move Kevin Byard and Jaquan Brisker in and out of the box, that's an important part as well. But there's always going to be some of that openness in the middle of the defense because of the nature of the type of defense that we run there, Bishop Lott. And, it's up to the personnel to overcome that, us to close down on it when we can the best and get those tackles. And, yeah, it was ugly against the Rams game, but let's see how we're going to develop it and kind of shore it up as we go forward. All right, let's get into this last voicemail. This one is from Damien.
Hey, what's going on? This is Damien from South Carolina. Hey, sorry for what I'm about to say. If I hurt anybody feeling pissed off, so let the chip fall where it fucking may be. Let me say this, man. Hey, listen, I'm fucking tired of, looking on TV and everybody up there speaking on Caleb Williams. Oh, hey, he's getting better a little bit, but I don't want to fucking hear all that shit. Come on, man. We all men on here, men and women, eat fucking crow. As of right now, you pissed off, you upset because he ain't playing like y'all said he fucking was, a generational talent. No, he's not a fucking generational talent. But you know what he is? He's a good damn quarterback, and he have the opportunity still to be one of the superstars of this league in the fucking future. But I'm fucking sick of just hearing all these things. He's getting improved and everything. No, that ain't what you said he was. That ain't what you fucking said it was, and all y'all eating crow right now. Just fucking eat it, man. Man, we kind of look bad right now because we thought he was generational talent. He's not. Y'all put that shit on that kid and he's not, man. Y'all ignored fucking Nick Saban when Nick Saban was telling y'all, listen, the kid already got to learn a new fucking offense and learn the NFL. Then you fucking putting him on here as this Patrick Mahomes. Do y'all know who Patrick Mahomes is? Patrick Mahomes got 3 Super Bowls already. Less than fucking 6 years, man. He been in the league 7 years. And y'all compared him to Patrick Mahomes 2.0. No. Louis Riddick was the only one told y'all Jaden Daniels was 2 times better than this kid. But let's leave it at that. With all that been fucking said, guess what? Caleb Williams still could be a superstar in this fucking league, man. That's Ryan Poles' guy, so he got 4 years to get better, and he will get better. So for now, just tired of hearing everybody trying to save what they were saying. Oh man, Pat, no. Eat crow. You was off a little bit. Don't worry about it. He got 4 years for his rookie deal. You have to pay him. Ryan Poles, that's his guy. He got all the time to get better, and he will get better. One day he can take us to that Super Bowl and win it. But I just had to get on here and fucking say that. Hey, everybody stop with this bullshit on that. You was wrong. Jaden Daniels was better. Louis Riddick tried to tell you. Any motherfucker say any other thing otherwise, you don't pay attention to tape. I've been playing football since 6, breaking down tape since I was 15. I'm 46. It's easy. I can't look at football without breaking down tape. Jaden Daniels just scream out the tape on you. But Caleb Williams is the future.
Yeah, Caleb has a lot of growth ahead of him. And that is why we were telling people at the start of all this that Caleb Williams is going to have a rookie season with normal rookie quarterback hurdles, and it is what it is. But here's the thing. I get you being upset, but, like, how are you going to be mad at people saying that he's growing and improving, which he is doing, but then you saying yourself he still has room to be great? Like, what do you want them – like, yeah, people talk about players based off their potential in the draft. That's not anything foreign, right? And yeah, the people who thought that Caleb Williams was going to come in day one and be generational, they were always foolish, right? That does not happen. Now, I'm not saying it's never happened in the NFL, but it's not the commonplace. It's not the story. It's not the norm. And so even if Caleb Williams isn't generational, he still has the potential to be a damn good quarterback in this league. That's going to take time, especially with the limitations of our offensive line. I just think that's what it boils down to, Damon. And don't let him frustrate you so much, bro. Don't let him, like we've said it since we started this podcast. The media, when it comes to Chicago sports, especially the Chicago Bears, we're never going to get the benefit of the doubt. This is what it is. And you have people that really don't give a shit about the Bears who care more about the storylines, and that's what the media is at this point. That's why you got people like us, people like CHGO Bears, people like the Windy City Breeze, people like Just Another Year Chicago. That's why you got guys like us, right? Swifty. Got guys like us. That's the point of what we do. But that's my time for today, guys. Make sure you guys are following us at Chi Bear Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. ChicagoBearsCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-242-9336. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bears related, but that's thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, but Bear down. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.